Hi everyone. Good good day everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you're seeing this. So, hi World Explorer. How are you doing? If you're just joining, you can say hi and let me know where you're watching from. So, I'm currently live here in Nigeria. What about you? Before I dive into the details of today's life, let us get to know each other. If you're just joining, you're welcome. Say hi and let me know where you're watching this live from. I'm streaming from Nigeria. Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about how to grow on YouTube as a YouTube content creator. If you're an aspiring YouTuber or you're a new YouTuber, you're going to be learning a lot from this life. Although this is just going to be an introduction. Yes, it's going to be an episode. So this is episode 1, but this episode 1 is just basically introduction and also a little bit of how to set up your YouTube channel. So if you're just joining, you're welcome. And I'm streaming from Nigeria, so you can say hi and let me know where you're watching from. So basically this live is all about how to grow as a content creator, not just a YouTuber. So if you're a new YouTuber, say hi, let me know. Or you're an aspiring YouTuber, what's keeping you from starting your YouTube channel? Why are you still aspiring? Why have you not started? So in the next few minutes, I'm going to start talking about how to set up your YouTube channel. But before I do that, I'll do an introduction about myself because I know some of you are just seeing my face for the very first time. So I'm going to just wait for some minutes before I do the introduction. So until then, are you a new YouTuber or you are an aspiring YouTuber? Let us know. Say hi and let me know what you intend to do. That's the niche you intend to go into, or if you've already started, what niche are you doing currently? Let me know. So if you're just joining, you're welcome. My name is Alice and I'm streaming from Nigeria, and this life is all about how to grow as a content creator. So if you're a new YouTuber or you're an aspiring YouTuber, this is for you. Do well to join, share this to others so they will join as well, and also thumbs up so it will be able to um, give YouTube the So, guys, I think I'm going to start the introduction, then I'll dive into the major purpose of today's life. So, first, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is, so first, I'm going to introduce myself. And if you're just joining, you can say hi and let me know where you're streaming from. I'm currently live here in Nigeria. So the purpose of this live rather, is to, you know, start up a discussion, like, when you're doing normal video, life is like you're talking to your viewers directly and getting feedback from them immediately. So, and I'm going to be doing this often. So that's why, if you notice, the title says um, episode 1. So this episode 1 of this section on how to grow on YouTube, not just as a YouTuber, also as a content creator generally. So there are some things that you need to know if you want to start as a content creator. And yeah, that's basically what this is about. So if you're just joining, say hi and let me know where you're streaming from. Are you a new YouTuber? Are you an aspiring YouTuber? Let me know. Or you're just, part of us that like to watch YouTube videos. You can also say hi. So first, my name is Alice, and this channel name is Alice Diaries. So basically, it's all about everything, not just how to grow on YouTube, but also my lifestyle. Sometimes you're going to see vlogs, and sometimes you're going to see um, teachable stuff on how to grow on YouTube, on how to edit videos, basically, a lot of things. So that's why it's called Alice Diaries. So, first, as a content creator, before you decide to start up your YouTube channel, there is something you need to know. So I have some questions here, so that to make this really conversational. Okay, I'm just going to be following the questions I want to be asking, and I'll be answering it. So yeah. So what's the very first thing you need to do before starting a YouTube channel? What's the very first thing you need? So many beginners, they don't know where to start, and anybody can start as a content creator. Okay, content creating is something that you don't need too much for you to start, because most people, especially the aspiring ones, if you ask them, why are you still an aspiring YouTuber or content creator, they'll say, oh, I don't have a camera, I don't have lightning, I don't have ring light, I don't have LED light, I don't have a microphone, like so many excuses. Whereas being a content creator, you don't need to start with all of that. You don't need all of that for you to start. The only thing that you need, which I know that most of us, we have it already, is our phone, your phone. So that's the first thing you need before you start as a content creator, or before you start your YouTube channel. You need your phone, and I believe majority already has a phone. So instead of making excuses of, oh, I don't have a camera, well, you have to start with what you have, because most of the big YouTubers you see, most of the big content creators, they also started small. So learn to start with what you have. And aside from that, that's like the equipment part. If you're also talking about the lightning, ring lights, my dear, you can start doing your videos during the day where everywhere is still bright. So you start when everywhere is bright. You record your video in the morning or in the afternoon. That way your video is going to be clear when you record it with your phone. And so if you are doing that, you want to make sure that you go very close to the window so that you receive that natural light effect. So that's how to start without ring lights or without LED lights. Then another thing you want to note before you start is also what kind of niche do you want to focus on? Like, what's the niche do you want to do? Like, what's the value you have to give to others? Because one thing about being a content creator, you have to be giving out something that is valuable, because everybody that go online to search for something, they search for what they want to know more about. So you want to make sure that the content, the niche you are going into, is something that is valuable to your audience. It's something that is relatable to audience, that it can resonate with them, their need. So that's another thing to take note of. And also, aside that, you need to make sure that content creating is something you are passionate about. You need to make sure that it's something you're passionate about. You don't just start because everybody's doing it, and a lot of people doing it, they're making a lot of money. If you're not passionate, trust me, it will be easy for you to give up along the way, because it's not as easy as people portray it. Okay, the growth is not that easy. So let me not say too much for this one. So another thing is, do you need expensive equipment like a camera or mic before launching your channel? I already said that you don't need all of that. When I also started my YouTube channel, this is actually my second YouTube channel. When I started the first one, I didn't start with a mic. Neither did I start with microphone and sorry, with camera. So what I started with is my phone. The phone that I'm using to do this live is what I'm still using to do my video up until now. Okay, so you don't need to start with an expensive camera or microphone before you start up your YouTube channel. Okay, so another thing is, how do I choose a niche that fits me and can actually grow on YouTube? So this is a very, very confusing part for beginners. Like, how do you know, how do you choose a niche? So one thing I always say is that to start a niche, you need to check yourself. What is that thing that you are passionate about, that you know that people can learn from it? You can start with that. Okay, me, what I started with, my niche. Okay, my other channel, I'm very, very passionate about my hair. If you can see, what you see right now is my natural hair. So I've always been passionate about my hair. So the niche I started is hair content, hair tutorials, hair care, and that's what I'm still doing. So just basically check yourself, check what you are passionate about, and then before you start, you search out on YouTube to see other content, because there's nothing that I'll say now that someone else has not said. Okay, anything I say now, a lot of people have said it online, everywhere, on every social media platform. Okay, so when you check out what you think you're passionate about, or what you think you can teach people, you search, you see a lot of content creators already doing it. You go through it and try to um rebrand it for your own self. Okay, so that's just how to choose the niche that fits you and can actually grow. So for that growing part, you also need to check if it's something that people are really searching for. Okay, you check if people are really searching for that kind of niche, so that way to be easy for you, so that you don't just start and then you get burned out when you are not seeing the results that you actually expect. Another thing is, what should I name my YouTube channel? Should it be my real name or a brand name? So this is relatable for people who are just setting up and unsure about branding. So anyways, I don't know, this boils down to your choice. If you want to use your channel name as your real name, you can do that. And if you want to use a brand name, you can do that. But just make sure that is a name that you are okay with years to come. Okay, you don't want it to be something that after some years you're not like, oh, this thing I don't want it to, that kind of thing, and then people already know you for that name. It will be a little bit difficult for you to change it. Okay, but it's best to really think about it very well. Using your name is also okay. My first YouTube channel is my name, so you know me, my name, and that's my first YouTube channel. Even this particular channel is still my name, but just different because I didn't use my surname for this channel. So you can decide to use your name, and you can decide to give yourself a brand name. Anyone really goes well. Okay, so another thing is how important is a profile picture, banner, and channel description when starting out. So this actually covers the visual and first impression aspect of setup. So that's why I said that this particular episode 1 is channel setup. So if you want to start your channel, you definitely, like, it's very very important that you set up your profile picture, your banner, and your channel description. Because imagine you start your channel and there's no profile picture, there's no banner, there's no description letting people know what the purpose of that channel is. So it's actually very very important, so that if you are telling people that, oh, I'm starting up a YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel, the moment they go to the link, they already see the profile picture, they already see the banner, what it entails, and also the description of what the purpose of that channel is, of why they need to know why they are subscribing to the channel, what offer does the channel have to give to them. Okay, so it is very very important that you set up your YouTube channel. So maybe in the next episode I don't know how I'm going to be. I don't know how, if it's possible. I don't think it's possible to screen record how to set up the channel. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll practicalize it. I'll just be explaining it, and then you'll be noting it down. Or I think I already have one video on it, so I'm going to put the link in the description so that you can go and watch how to set up your channel profile, the banner, and the channel description. So also, more lives to come and more of my videos, I'm also going to be teaching you how to, design your banner, your thumbnail. So a lot of things you're going to be benefiting from Alice Diaries, and you don't want to miss it. Do well to subscribe to the channel, and also like, so that YouTube will recommend it to others, and also share as well for others that will be interested in content like this, especially the new content creators and aspiring YouTubers. So the next is how do I write a good about? How do I write a good about section that makes people want to subscribe? So a lot of beginners, they often skip this. I'm not gonna lie, even myself. So, and it actually helps to with optimization. So to write a good about for your section, the first thing you want to note that about is just basically introduction. Then the next thing is, after introduction of yourself, that's your name, the brand, then you want to let them know the purpose of the channel, and then you encourage them. That's after you let them know the purpose, then you give them call to action so that they subscribe to your channel. That's basically, like, your about doesn't necessarily have to be broad, just something very brief, short, because not a lot of people don't like something that will stress them, or that will, that requires reading for long. So just make it brief, and trust me, you're definitely going to attract people that will love the kind of niche you want to start. So before I move on to the next, let me take a little break. I'm back. So, if you're just joining, do well to let us know, let me know, most especially where you're streaming from. I believe you can see my face clearly now. So, yeah, let me know where you're streaming from. So, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is should you post different type of content to test what works or stick to one style from day one? So this talks about experimentation and consistency. So now I'm going to give you a breakdown of my first YouTube channel. My first YouTube channel, when I started my first YouTube channel, I started it as hair content. I was posting everything about my hair, how I care for my hair, how I braid my hair, the products I use here and there. So that one, you notice that that's a niche down channel, because everything you see there is all about hair. So that's like posting one type of content. And then along the way, I started posting my lifestyle vlogs because I was a student then in the university. And after some time of posting vlogs, I realized that majority of my audience are only watching the what's it called, the hair content. So I had to stop posting vlogs on that particular channel. So that's called experimenting. So I experiment it, and I discovered that the only thing working on that channel, in fact, the reason why the only thing that was working on that channel is hair is because I've posted like a lot of videos about hair before I started adding vlogs. So what you need to first do as a new creator, I'll also advise you start with experimenting your content. Post different kind of content and see what works best, especially when you have a lot of things that you think is valuable, that you believe you can actually share to others. Post everything for a start, and then try to look out, when you start going through your analytics and you see that a particular one is doing better than the other, then you can decide to focus on only that one. Okay, but basically anyone works. If you want to niche down, or you want to be posting different type of content, that's what this particular channel is about. This particular one, I'm going to be posting any content, any type of content here, but I'll have another channel that is a niche down channel. So it all depends on what you want. But as a first timer, as a new YouTuber, start with experimenting your content. Post different kind of content that people are searching for, that people want to learn from, so that way you'll be able to grow fast on YouTube. Okay, so that's what I can say about that. And then I'm going to round up very soon. I don't want this to exceed an hour, so it's already 30 minutes. So the next thing is how often should you upload as a beginner? Daily, weekly, or anytime? So for this one, it touches the schedule, the consistency, and algorithm awareness. So for me, if you are starting out, because it's actually the best time to grow. But the thing about this is that um it differs for a lot of people. It depends on your content, it depends on your location, and also the time you post your videos. So but my advice for a start is that you post at least 3 times a week or 2 times a week. And then you want to make sure that you note the time you post. So according to a lot of all this research and also my own experience, um 12 p.m. is also an okay time to upload videos. 4 to 5 p.m. as well as 6 to 7 p.m. Okay, they are actually good time to upload videos, but it also depends on the day, either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So mostly from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's like the time that a lot of people are less busy. There's no much work for them to do. And at the same time, some people, even when they post during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, their content still do well. So the best thing is to just experiment it for a starter. Post anytime, any day, but make sure that you are documenting it. Make sure you are writing it down. Then you go through your videos after some weeks. Then you check out the time and the day that got the largest engagement. Then you start prioritizing your post on that particular day and time. So that way you'll be able to hack the algorithm and you get to grow fast on YouTube or any platform you find yourself. Okay, so that's it about that. Then another thing, what are the most common mistake new YouTubers make when setting up their channel? So this is useful and engaging part of the conversation. So this will help. Okay, so what are the most common mistake new YouTubers make when setting up their YouTube channel? So the most common mistake that new YouTubers make is not optimizing their videos, not optimizing their channels. There are a lot of features on YouTube that so many people they are ignorant about, not because they don't want to do it, but because they don't know about it. Even myself, if you've been following, there are some things that I got to know about recently and during my journey as a content creator. So mostly is the fact that a lot of them does not know how to optimize their videos and their channels. So that's like the common mistake they make. Another mistake is procrastinating, not being consistent. Imagine you want to grow on YouTube or any platform and you're posting today and the next time we see you is in 2 months time. I don't know. Even myself in this particular channel, I've not been consistent. Me, I'm a very consistent person. I'm very, very consistent. If you go to my other channel, you will see how consistent I am. So one of the mistakes new YouTubers make is the fact that they are not consistent, and you will see them, they'll be complaining about, oh, I'm not growing, my channel is not growing, I'm posting. You are not posting consistently. As a new YouTuber, as a new content creator, you should be posting videos, at least 3 videos in a week. If it's short form content, in a day you post 3 short form content. That's how fast you can actually grow. Okay, be consistent. And there's something called bulk creating. In case you are a working class person, try to bulk create during the weekend so that during the week you have a lot of things to upload. Okay, I think that's the second thing, the part of not being consistent. And also, what else? I think that's it. Another mistake is when people start engaging in your channel, you don't reply their comments. Why? I did that when I started. Like, it's not as if I don't want to reply. I'll just see the comment and I'll be so happy. But then I don't know what, my dear, anything, even if it's just emoji, send them, respond to them. Because imagine people watching your videos, commenting, and you are just mute. You're not like, you won't encourage them to come back to watch your video. So make sure that you are engaging with your audience. If they comment, make sure you reply them back. If they ask you question, reply them back. In fact, sometimes when I get comments, I use a video to respond to that comment, to show them that I value them. Okay, make sure that you let your viewers know that you value them. These are people, like, you are saying 100 views, 50 views. These are actually people. Imagine being in the crowd amongst 50 people. Just imagine 50 people are viewing your videos, 20 people are viewing your video. That's a lot of things. Like, that's a lot of people that you should be grateful and thankful for. So engage with your people. engage with your audience so that they will feel appreciated. Okay, so I think that's it. And let me just find out this mistake with comparing themselves to other content creators. My dear, you started your YouTube channel today, and the next day you're already saying, oh my god, this video just has 10 views. Uh-huh. 10 people took out time to watch your video. Are you not grateful for that? And then you're going to look at someone else's video that posted 1 minute ago that already has like 1,000 views. Do you know when that person started? Do you know? Mm? And then some of them, you don't know that those people, okay, there are some people that they can actually start their YouTube channel today, and in the next 3 to 4 upload, they're already monetized. Some of them, you don't know that those people, they've built their name already. They're already known. They just came to YouTube to just start another this thing for themselves. While some of them, they have a lot of audience before coming to YouTube, and some of them, they used to run ads. So don't compare yourself to people, okay? Be yourself and watch yourself grow. Trust me, you're definitely going to grow. Okay, you don't need to compare yourself to anyone, to anybody at all. So finally, how long does it realistically take to grow a YouTube channel from scratch? My dear, I can't, there's no specific timing for that. I can't say there's a specific timing for how long you can actually grow a channel from scratch. Trust me, there's no specific time. Just be consistent with your upload, be yourself, and watch yourself grow. Some people, it takes them just, like I said, I already said, it takes them just 3 upload of videos or 4 upload of videos, or it takes them 1 month, it takes them 2 weeks to grow, to get monetized. And yeah, so there's no specific time on how to grow your channel from scratch. Just do what you think is best for yourself, be consistent, and trust me, you're going to watch yourself grow very fast. So for me, my first channel, it took me almost 3 years to grow that channel to 1,000 subscribers. You can imagine, whereas it's taking some people just few days, few weeks, few months, 6 months. So there's no specific timing. And then this particular channel that I'm actually streaming from now, it took me 11 months to get to 1,000 subscribers. So you can see there is no specific time on how to grow your channel from scratch. Just start with whatever you have and be consistent and watch yourself grow. So I think that'll be all for today's episode. If you have questions for me, you can actually leave it in the comment section. Yeah, you can actually leave it in the comment section and I'll do justice to that. So so like I said, the next episode we're going to be talking about how to a detailed way on how to set up your YouTube channel and some other things to learn. So yeah, thank you so much for joining the live, and I'm going to see you in my next episode. Bye. How do I end this? I think so.